Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Ashutosh Mishra, and today we'll be discussing a critical topic in medicine sepsis and septic shock. Let's dive into this comprehensive overview. Introduction. Sepsis is a life-threatening condition characterized by organ dysfunction resulting from a dysregulated host response to infection. It's a major global health burden with an estimated 48.9 million cases and 11 million deaths annually worldwide. Global impact and epidemiology. Sepsis affects people differently. 85% of sepsis-related deaths occur in low and middle-income countries. This stark disparity underscores the urgent need for improved healthcare infrastructure and resources in these areas. Pathophysiology immune response. Sepsis involves a complex interplay of pro-inflammatory and anti-inflammatory mechanisms. 1. Initial hyperinflammatory phase. This involves activation of the innate immune system and release of cytokines and inflammatory mediators. 2. Subsequent immunosuppressive phase. Here, we see epigenetic and metabolic reprogramming of immune cells, leading to increased susceptibility to secondary infections. Organ dysfunction. Multiple organ systems can be affected by sepsis, including cardiovascular, causing myocardial depression and vasodilation, leading to hypotension. Respiratory, potentially resulting in acute respiratory distress syndrome, ARDS. Renal, often leading to acute kidney injury. Hepatic, causing liver dysfunction. Hematologic, resulting in coagulopathy and thrombocytopenia. Neurologic, potentially causing encephalopathy and neuropathy. Diagnosis and early recognition. Early identification of sepsis is crucial for improving outcomes. Key strategies include 1. Screening tools. We use QSOFA and SIRS criteria. 2. Biomarkers, including procalcitonin, C-reactive protein and lactate levels. Microbiological cultures from blood, urine, and respiratory samples. Imaging studies to identify the source of infection. Management, immediate interventions. 1. Fluid resuscitation. We administer crystalloids, typically 30 mmol KD, within the first 3 hours. 2. Antimicrobial therapy. We should administer broad-spectrum antibiotics within 1 hour of recognition. 3. Source control. This may involve surgical intervention or drainage if necessary. Hemodynamic support. Vasopressors, norepinephrine is our first-line agent. Inotropes. We consider these in cases of myocardial dysfunction. Organ support. We provide organ support as needed, including mechanical ventilation for respiratory failure, renal replacement therapy for acute kidney injury, glycemic control, adjunctive therapies, corticosteroids. We consider these in refractory shock, immunomodulation. Emerging therapies targeting specific inflammatory pathways are showing promise. Challenges and future directions. Improving early recognition. We're focusing on enhanced education for healthcare providers and the public and developing more accurate predictive models and biomarkers. 2. Overcoming barriers to prompt infection control. This includes implementing antimicrobial stewardship programs and addressing resource limitations in LMICs. 3. Personalized medicine approaches. We're working on tailoring treatments based on individual patient characteristics and immune response profiles. 4. Post-sepsis care. A growing area of focus is addressing long-term physical and cognitive impairments in survivors. Conclusion: sepsis remains a significant global health challenge, requiring a multifaceted approach to improve outcomes. Early recognition, prompt intervention, and ongoing research into novel therapies are key to reducing the burden of this life-threatening condition. Thank you for watching this comprehensive overview of sepsis and septic shock. If you found this information valuable, please like, subscribe, and share this video with your colleagues. Together, we can improve sepsis care and save lives. This is Dr. Ashutosh Mishra signing off. Thank you for watching this comprehensive overview of sepsis and septic shock. If you found this information valuable, please like, subscribe, and share this video with your colleagues. Together, we can improve sepsis care and save lives. This is Dr. Ashutosh Mishra signing off. And now, for those interested in further reading, here are the key references used in this presentation. References: Meyer N.J., Prescott H.C., Sepsis and Septic Shock, NEJM, 2024, 391, 22, 346, Singer M. et al. The third International Consensus Definitions for Sepsis and Septic Shock, Sepsis 3, JAMA, 2016, 358, A810, Rhodes A. et al. Surviving Sepsis Campaign, International Guidelines for Management of Sepsis and Septic Shock, 21, and Intensive Care Med, 20 43 304 377, Rudke E. et al. Global, Regional, and National Sepsis Incidence and Mortality, 2017, Analysis for the Global Burden of Disease Study, Lancet 2020, 1-19, 200-11, Seymour C.W. et al. Assessment of Clinical Criteria for Sepsis for the Third International Consensus Definitions for Sepsis and Septic Shock, Sepsis 3, JAMA, 2016, 314, 8, Savix 274, Prescott H.C. Angus T.C., Enhancing Recovery from Sepsis, a Review, JAMA 2018, 39270, Cooper Smith, C.M. et al. Surviving Sepsis Campaign, Research Priorities for Sepsis and Septic Shock, Intensive Care Med, 2018 to FET, 1400 1426, Gotts J.A. Matthe M.A. Sepsis, Pathophysiology and Clinical Management, PMJ 2016 to 353 I-1585, Fleischmann C. et al. Katia, Assessment of Global Incidence and Mortality of Hospital-Treated Sepsis, Current Estimates and Limitations, M.J. Respire Crit Care Med, 2016, 193 3 2V9 272, Hotchkiss R.S. et al. Sepsis and Septic Shock, NatRev Disprimers, 2016 2 64043.